I'm really, really pleased and honoured to be able to introduce to you Katy Clark, who is in charge of the Labour Party Democracy Review. Katy was the Labour MP for Ayrshire and North Arran, or is it? No, Ayrshire, North and Arran, I think, from 2005 to 2015. And then when she lost her seat, Scotland's loss was the Labour Party's gain, because she was available to become the political secretary to the leader of the opposition, Jeremy Corbyn. And I've known Katy for many years, and I know that she's someone with courage and integrity, a principled socialist, someone I'm certainly proud to know and count a friend. And I think it's excellent news for all of us as Labour Party members who want to see party democracy enhanced and increased, that Katy has been volunteered to the difficult job of listening to everything everybody says and then trying to make some sense out of it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to ask Katy to introduce the session, and after that we will be splitting up into groups, but I'll come back and explain that at the time. So Katy, over to you.
Thank you, John, and thank you for those very kind words. As you say, we've known each other many years. We've worked together for many, many years, and it's a huge pleasure to be here in Brighton today. As you say, I'm heading up the Labour Party Democracy Review. I was asked by Jeremy Corbyn shortly before conference last year if I would head up this review, which is looking at how we transform the massive growth in membership that we've had as a party over the last couple of years into the kind of movement that will both elect us into government but also have the capability to transform the society in which we live. So it's a review which covers a massive area and with massive ambition. As you'll see from the paperwork you've been given, we're looking at all sorts of aspects of how the Labour Party operates, from how we reach out and get new members involved, how we maximise the participation of as many members as possible within the Labour Party, how we make sure that we're a diverse party, both in terms of how we work ourselves within our own structures, but also in terms of the public candidates that we stand in elections. We're looking at how we make policy, how the relationship should work between councillors and local parties. And as I say, most of all, how it is that we actually build ourselves into a movement that's entrenched in the communities in which we live and which basically delivers on the values that brought us to the Labour Party. The Labour Party has been around more than 100 years. Actually, when you look at the way that we work, what's probably the most interesting is how little we've changed. A couple of weeks ago, was in Manchester at the Labour History Museum going through the archives of the Labour Party. And when you look at the minutes of NEC meetings from 1918, what's really amazing is actually a lot of the issues are the same issues that we have at the moment. So we have very traditional structures, but those structures are not set in stone. Whilst there's reasons why we have some of the structures that we have, and we've got to retain what is good and what works, we actually have to also recognise that the world is very, very different. And part of what we'll be asking you to do today is to look at how we don't just look at the meeting structure, but we look at all the other ways that we work as a party, how we use social media better, how we enable people who maybe can't make a meeting at 7:30 on a Wednesday or a Friday, how we get them as involved in the Labour Party. So what's happening up and down the country is that people are trying different ways of working. People are trying meetings in the afternoon and finding that they get a completely different set of people that come along and doing that as well as their evening meeting. Some of the unions are looking at things such as e-attendance. How do you get people, for example, that work shifts involved so that they actually can participate and be part of our party and have a say? And at the end of the day, what this review is about power. It's about who has the power and how we use power. And whether there's ways that the party can give away a little bit of power to the membership, and if that in itself is going to be a mechanism that enables us to really reach out and to really grow. One of the reasons, of course, that Jeremy Corbyn got elected as leader of the Labour Party was because of a review carried out by someone called Ray Collins, which looked at how we elected our leader and opened that out so that many more people could get involved in that. And of course, by giving away that little bit of power, lots of people grabbed that and joined the Labour Party. So I'm really, really interested in what you've got to say today. We're going to ask people to report back, and we will be trying to take on board everything that's said. A lot of what we're looking at is really difficult, and we've got to try and get the answers that are the best we can at this time. And if you could help with that, it would be really appreciated. So I hope you enjoy the discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katy.